disrespect is almost inevitable. Like a lot of
Right,
people don't realize it.
a certain level, right? That's what I'm saying. Just by being who I am, a certain level of it just rolls off my back. Hey, this is what it is. I see what this is, right? Even today, I was in the store and I was in line.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a cash register and then there's someone checking out and then I'm standing there. And
yeah.
someone walked up and asked me, "Are you in line?" Now, in that moment, I didn't feel like that was a question. That what this white gentleman could have done was stood behind me and he would have figured out I was in line. But instead, he went to the front of the line, which I was next to be serviced, and asked me, was I in line? That's all day, every day, right? That's nothing to get a rise out of me. I've noted and see it, sir. Get it behind me. Stop playing. Don't do that. Don't. Okay, let's just have a good day. But in business and in friendships, I've had several friendships that I have never spoken to the person again because I felt disrespected. I communicated to them how I felt like they disrespected me, and they doubled down on the disrespect. Well, at that point, there's really nothing else to stop.
All I wanted to make clear was communication
Yes.
a part
Yes.
of it before you made
Yes.
your exit. Because when we first talked, when you first said it, the way in which you worded it was as if disrespect, exit.
No.
It
Okay,
was,
let me
and so
say, if I feel disrespected, I'll say, I'm feeling a certain kind of way about X, Y, Z. Now you know me well enough to know I'm going to say, you know what?
Yeah.
That kind of made me feel a certain kind of way when you said or did that. And then when the person says, well, because da da da, oh, okay. At that point,
Right.
I can fix this.
Absolutely.
Not a problem. So that's what I'm saying. There is the initial. And so the situation I'm dealing with, I sent an email for clarity. Hey, real quick. You think maybe we can do XYZ as we had agreed upon? And it's kind of an industry standard. And it'd probably be best for me, for sure, if we did it like this. And it was met with, well, I don't know about industry standard, but this is how we're going to do it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I thought, well, you should probably figure out how to do it without me then. That's my thought. Now, I haven't communicated that. That's just what swelled up in my spirit was, oh,
woo.
Okay.
Have you ever, just on a funny note, have you ever received a text that was so disrespectful from first read, and you were about to go in and then something says, backspace, backspace. And literally it ends up coming off differently when you revisit it differently and at a different time. And I really do think that's why even biblically it says, don't be quick to anger, but be quick to listen, to hear, because one of the things that happens often is our emotions go immediately to the last familiar experience that was anything remotely, and it says you need to respond this way so that you don't feel like what you once felt. And so I think for the person listening, and I'm sorry if I kind of sound like I'm yelling, I'm just really passionate
because
about
you are
us moving in a space that helps us and heals us and grows us. Take a moment, literally, to catch your breath before you even respond to the offense, to the disrespect. Consider, is what is happening warranted? 1, do I know my worth in this? 2, and 3, whatever I choose to say, is it worth saying? Is it worth saying? And how will it impact me after it's been said or done? Think of those 3 things.
I agree. And let me tell you something. I did all 3 of them things. And my spirit still swolled all the way up. So here's the thing. When they responded to that email and doubled down with, oh, well, this is how we're going to do it, I had a litany of things I could have said in response. Okay.
Absolutely.
I didn't. I just said, yes, I would like to do it the way I asked to be, because then in all the ways they said, we're going to do it this way. They said, but if you require this, I said, yes, I do require that. Thank you so much. And that's what I said. Yes, that's what I require.
Beautiful.
But I wanted to say, well, first of all,
beautiful to you for saying, for taking a moment to see it again, because we do get caught off guard, but this is going to help a lot of us because we're in a very sensitive time where we can see how somebody says something and you're just like, what? Like we hear it in a tone that is like is real disrespectful, and sometimes it takes you stepping back to collect yourself, reread it again, and figure out a way. Let me help you. Let me help you with how we gonna do this. And I'm telling you, it works. I know you to be a
Let me ask you a
very
question.
intelligent
Okay,
human
this is a
being.
test.
Yeah.
This is a test. This is a test for you. This is a test for you. You are a performer. Now, this is a hypothetical,
Mm-hmm.
but real. When you perform,
I wouldn't
do
be
you
surprised if
plan
it
on
actually happened.
settling up? Right. If when you perform, you've agreed to perform for a certain amount of money, and there's an agreement that if you do this performance in this way, you'll get this amount of money. That's the agreement. In comedy, I don't know about music, but a lot of times you settled up that night for the agreement. You did what you said, and maybe there was a deposit paid in advance, and the final payment is made because you did what you said, and then we leave and we on to the next thing. Okay.
Right.
If there is a hang up on my money, we already got a problem. It ain't
Yeah.
gonna be too. I'm not gonna try to see your side of it if it involves money. So this for me involves money, and beyond the industry standard, this group of people had already set the standard of handing me a check at said time. It's just sometimes they don't have it, but they've done it more than 3 times. But sometimes they don't have it, and they say, "Oh, we'll get it to you tomorrow. We'll Zelle it, whatever." Okay, cool. So in this particular situation, 2 days had gone by, and I said, "Well, man, I just feel crazy asking somebody for my money." I feel insane. So I said, "Hey, moving forward, can we have a set time that certain things are done so that way we know that it's done and we all move on to the next thing?" And that's when I was met back with, "Oh, well, we'll do it when we do it." Now, I can't just show up and perform whenever I feel like it. I can't
So
just pick a
that's
different
when
day because it'd be a different day would be better for me.
this
I
is
can't
this
take more
is
time.
this is the turbulence and the nature
Mhm.
of the beast when you represent yourself.
Mhm. Yes, yes, very true.
When you have a manager handling those things, they handle them and they address them for you and they put
Yeah.
out the fires that you don't know. This is a plight of the independent, the
Mhm.
plight of the small business owner, the plight of the entrepreneur. And I
Mhm.
will say, catch your breath on that, but do establish boundaries. Communicate your boundaries and
Mhm.
communicate when boundaries are crossed so that there is no confusion on why you chose to fix it with your exit
Mhm.
or why you chose to respond in the way that you did. I just recently did a post on my page where I talked about, I said, if I were dead, would you support me?
I saw that.
Well, I'm not dead. So can you
I saw that.
please in real time support me so I can see and receive it? Because
Mhm.
oftentimes what happens is people, they don't take the dynamic and the access to you as value. They don't take it as it is as special as what it is. But
Mhm.
access to any bit of God's creation is a privilege. It
That
is a
part.
privilege. You are literally accessing the creator's workmanship. So don't mishandle it. Don't be a disrespecter. Never should you rise up and choose out of all things you can choose to be a disrespecter, because I guarantee you the return for such seed is going to be just as ugly, if not worse, for you. So, to the people that delight in being offenders and just saying it like it is or whatever, you might want to course correct now, because I guarantee you life is going to get ugly for you and you don't want that. And to the people that are extra sensitive, I would say understand that we are all living in a life where life is lifing, it is doing what it does, and it is challenging us all. Not everything is meant to offend you. Not everything is meant to disrespect you or not acknowledge your worth. But use your voice after you have taken a moment to catch your breath recognize your value, and then really think, could this have been seen in another way? Is there another perspective that I could be considering in this moment? And once you've done that and you've collected the information on that, then move and don't apologize for doing it with pure intention. That's what I want to give you.
That's beautiful.